or teenagers, stuff like that, would like to be able to choose and be able to act that out. Because in movies, all you do is watch.
Yeah, I say video games too, because watching a movie, all they do is sit down, they'll probably become like a bit restless. During video games, they like enjoy it a lot more.
It depends, because these days there are choose your own adventure shows. All you do in those is just choose a decision, and in video games you get to choose that decision and you get to act out what you did. Let's say you chose to go all in. In a movie, you go all in and they just do it for you. But in a game, you get to
choose your own path
to get out recklessly or silently.
So it would be kind of hard because, like, in a movie, you just like to sit down and relax.
My ultimate movie would be if they figured out how to make it where I can interact with it a little bit more than where they are at right now.
Yeah, I would also watch a movie like that. It would be sort of like a video game, and I love video games.
There's a movie I watched a few times because I really liked it, but it was like this guy that lived in a video game as an NPC, and they made it so it was like a video game, but on top of it there was YouTubers actually in the movie talking in it as they're like streaming. So like just like being able to like, oh my god, that's Jacksepticeye, or oh my god, that's Markiplier, and just knowing that your like favorite people are in that, or like even just knowing like that's a really good movie because I like video games and stuff like that. Because it's very relatable.
Video game stuff, like people like playing video games.
For me, honestly, it depends. It's kind of like a mood thing, because like if you're not allowed to play video games but you're allowed to watch YouTube, you're allowed to watch people play your favorite games or like game throughs of your favorite games, which is still fun. But then there's movies where I just don't. It's a mood thing. It really is.
Yeah, like a bunch of like gaming playthroughs, like where they like show the whole game, like tips.
There's these things called like movies where like they're like not movies though. They're movies on YouTube basically.
Oh, okay.
But they're like people having like really long videos, maybe like 2-hour long videos.
Yeah.
And it's all on this one game, like of like a movie of this game.
So
Not
like they play the whole game and it's sort of like a movie, like the watch time's like a movie.
Like they're playing the game, but they're playing like with friends and stuff, but they're like in like either like in a Minecraft like apocalypse world, and they're trying to survive, stuff like that. And they'll make it basically like kind of like a movie, but they're playing Minecraft, but they're using a whole bunch of like mods and stuff like that.
I think I like funny stuff, but I also like real stuff, like documentaries and stuff.
For me, it's pranks, because me and you found like a YouTube video, a YouTube channel, and they do a whole bunch of pranks, and that's like funny. But like also it depends, because the really funny things that you'll find on there is most things that actually happen in real life.
Like sharing the game, so like I take one turn, he takes one turn, and stuff like that.
For me, VR.
VR.
Fair enough.
Because it's so easy, because you get in your VR, you get with your friend, and then you're able to just play, and it's like you're actually with them in the room, but just in a different reality, basically.
I like action stuff with my friends. Like, if I'm with him, we'd watch like an action movie because we're both kind of into it.
For me, I'm not the biggest source of movies. If I'm gonna watch a movie, I'm gonna really want to watch it. I want to like it a lot and want to watch it. But it's YouTube Shorts for me. I do like movies. It's just I'm very hard to please when it comes to movies. Like, I want it to relate to me. I want it to be about stuff I like, just like that. Like, and also like I want it to be like have a little bit of a feeling of like nostalgia.
I like action, but my favorite type is probably like horror movies. I think same with Ronin.
Like, I really loved the Scream movies a lot because of like, it's not even because of the scariness. It's not. For me, it's not that scary. It's just the fact you're trying to like figure out who it is. Like, oh, is it him or is it him? Actually, I think it's him because like he's acting really strange and he's always there when the bad guys and stuff like that. So, and then you got to figure out at the end, and I think that's like really cool. It's like a huge Guess Who game.
It's like stuff like Friday the 13th or Nightmare on Elm Street and that type of stuff.
I really like the aspect of trying to figure out who is the killer and who's killing everybody and trying to figure out who's gonna survive and who's not. Older movies are just better, in my opinion. They're dimming down for me. Honestly, I think the newer movies are just kind of sucking because we've watched a lot of movies together because you love movies. And we've watched a lot of bad movies, and those are like from like the newer, fresher genre. Sure, there's a few that like come out that are really good, like Beekeeper, or like other things that are like that, really good movies. But then all these other movies are just really bad. And in the olden days, they were just they tried, but they actually got it. They did it. They did it well too.
I like the stories, like the storyline back then.
But also, even if like the camera effects aren't good, or like when they shoot a gun, you don't really see anything, you just hear a noise, stuff like that. That doesn't really matter. It's just what's the story like, and what are the characters like, and does the story actually make sense? Which is they did so well with that because I mean I think people from like the 80s and 90s were just really good at storytelling. And now all the people today are just trying to smush it in and trying to make a movie that everybody will like, but the story just doesn't make sense. Like now there's people trying to like recreate like Spider-Man because like they're trying to like take over other big movies by making their own. And back then everybody was just trying to make their own unique movie. Now they're like, I really want something like that, and I want to get it better than the original, and they'll try, and it's just huge.
I prefer like TV shows made back in like in the 90s than stuff that starts like from 2020 to like Futurama, The Simpsons, stuff like that.
It's like you have to be on the right thing for somebody to watch a movie. Like it makes sense for a movie to be on Netflix. Like if I found like a movie that's on YouTube on Netflix, I might watch it. If it's on YouTube, no, I'm not gonna watch that. What I like is lots of episodes, shorter.
I don't really like the new movies and shows. I feel like the older ones were like better.
Video games are becoming so good now that people are making movies on video games. Like Fallout, one of my favorite series ever. of a video game. It just got a show made, like, I don't know, a month ago, maybe 2. That's just showing you that people are trying too hard to make movies, so now they're shifting to video games, and now there's going to be a whole whack in the future of movies on video games.
Games in the movies or movies in the games, I'll probably either watch or play them.
I think that's the reason why kids and even older people are shifting to video games. Because people are trying too hard with movies or shows to be good, but they're not. Okay, thank you. Bye.
Okay, good to see you.